What is going on, guys? MrAeroHD here, and we are back again here with personal projects on Forza 4. If you are watching this the day of release, you'll notice that it's probably 2 to 3 hours late on upload. I just want to apologize. I had to go to school today. I didn't actually go to school, like classes. I had just some financial stuff to take care of. Anyways, this is the Mercedes 300 SEL. I believe this was asked for by a very, very persistent fan. I don't remember if he asked for this or the 300 SL. Either way, I built both, and I'll be doing the SL next week. This has a 7-liter V8, about 600 horsepower, about the same amount of torque. Actually, no, almost 700 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty skinny, I think 265 or 265 rear tires. 2,800 pounds. Sport tires on this one. And I think it's in the 585 range of PI. So this car, I really didn't. Usually I have an idea, especially if it's like a standard rear-wheel drive car, front engine rear-wheel drive. I'm like, okay, if it's heavy, then it's gonna be floppy. If it's light, then it's gonna be, you know, I tune a lot of grip into it because it's gonna be twitchy. This, I kind of just tuned it and didn't really know what to expect. I didn't even know what kind of engine was in this, honestly. I thought it was a 6-cylinder for some reason, but it is definitely a V8 bored out to 7 liters within the game, before people accuse me of being wrong and saying it's a 6.3. I'm aware, with upgrades it's a 7. But this car, actually a lot of grip, very, very planted. At medium to high speeds. At low speed, again, you can spin anything. You can spin basically anything, but going slow, this car was very, very stuck, very well planted, very manageable. Again, it's an A class, so even with the sport tires and the widest rear tires you can have, it was not speedy, though you can't really tell that in a points lobby because everyone else is a tortoise. Yeah, and this car I've been wanting to build for a while, ever since. I'm not sure if it's the same model, but ever since I watched the episode of Top Gear where Jeremy had a Grosser, Mercedes Grosser, I figured either this is it or this is the next best thing or the closest thing that you can get within the game. I hate that about Forza. You always like, oh, I'm going to build this, and you just don't really quite have what you want to do. But, yes, I'm really surprised by how well this car handled. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but not a lot of twitching from me, and I am on controller, for those who don't know. So, you know, a twitchy drifting is kind of normal, but very smooth, very composed, and very precise. Not a lot of thinking had to go into driving this. Kind of just let it happen on instinct and feel, which is weird, which is good, because if you have to think too much, then you're not paying attention to where you're supposed to be going and what you're supposed to be doing. So this car handles really well. It's not that quick, but the engine's really good. Again, it's a huge power plant, lot of torque, and I believe I have this. I want to say I have a turbo, but I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed. It's turboed, or it's got some, I don't know. I think it's naturally aspirated, but for whatever reason, I want to say there's turbos on it. But whole bunch of torque coming out of this thing. Very, very good to mid RPMs. It's still good at high RPMs too. I find really torquey engines usually don't have what you would expect on the top of the rev range, but this is good all the way around. Very strong engine, very strong chassis. Again, my only real complaint is that it's slow. You know, it is a A-class car though, so there's not much you can do other than locking the diff and hoping for, you know. But yeah, you know, it's cool. It's very cool looking. I love the look of these cars, actually. 70s, like any car from the 70s that's not like super like chintzy, like this is kind of inconspicuous. If you saw this parked on the side of the road somewhere where like cars from the 70s and 80s weren't weird, you'd be like, oh, you know, it's just an old Mercedes, and you keep walking. If you were like a normal person, if you were a car, I'd be like, oh, sweet old Mercedes, and you go take pictures or whatever. But it's very inconspicuous, but very, very good. And as you guys can see here, I beat out everyone else in this old 1970s beloved boat. So yeah, I really like this car. I'll forget your YouTube name, sir, but thanks for the suggestion. And if I got it wrong, if I got the wrong 300S, whatever, I will do the other one next week. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next week, and take care. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I also have a Facebook and a Twitter. For those links, be sure to check out the description box below.